Your Ferrous baler is designed and manufactured to compact and bale tons of materials every day. Operated in a safe manner and maintained according to the Ferrous Operator Service Manual, it will perform reliably and safely for many years. In order for your baler to perform its tasks, heavy force is used in moving and compressing the materials. It is critical that you understand and follow the guidelines set forth in this video and in the Operator Service Manual before operating the baler. Failure to follow the guidelines, to wear protective gear, and to stay alert to potential problems can lead to injuries or even death for you or your co-workers. If you have questions after watching this video, you should ask your supervisor or contact Ferrous. Ferrous strongly believes that safety is the most important part of the job. In fact, Ferrous recommends that if you can't do it safely, then don't do it. Because an accident affects many people, following safety procedures makes good sense. Unsafe actions can have tragic, life-altering consequences for you, your co-workers, your family, and others involved. Let's take a look at your baler's basic operation. The materials to be processed are spread on a tipping floor, where they may be sorted and inspected before being pushed onto a conveyor or loaded directly into the baler's hopper. As the material drops from the bottom of the hopper, the baler's gather ram compresses it into a dense bale. The ejector ram then pushes the completed bale out of the machine as the strapper ties it. The bale will then be taken away. There are several basic parts of the baler you need to know before we look at the safety requirements in more detail. The hopper extension, the charging box or loading chamber where the unprocessed material is placed, the main ram which pushes the material into the chamber where the material is compressed into a bale, the combo door which enables oversized bales to be ejected, the side ram or ejector, the wire tire or strapper, the power unit, the oil cooler, the operator's console, the operator interface terminal or OIT, the main control panel or MCP, and the main electrical disconnect switch. Your baler may or may not have an elevated operator's platform and a hopper extension platform, which are available as options. Only trained, authorized personnel familiar with the safe operating and maintenance procedures should be allowed to inspect, operate, or service the baler. Only employees 18 years or older may operate, inspect, or maintain balers. Never operate the baler or any other equipment while under the influence of intoxicants or substances which might impair judgment. This could be a major hazard to you as well as to others. Always wear the required personal safety equipment, which your employer will specify. Employer and employee responsibilities are also contained in the following OSHA regulations, which can be found on OSHA's website, www.osha.gov. The OSHA regulations state that the employer shall assess the workplace to determine if hazards are present or are likely to be present, which necessitate the use of personal protective equipment, also known as PPE. If such hazards are present or likely to be present, the employer shall select and have each affected employee use the types of personal protective equipment that will protect the affected employee from the hazards identified in the hazard assessment. It is the employer's responsibility to identify the appropriate safety equipment required for your job for normal and abnormal operations. The owner-employer is responsible for providing an OSHA-compliant elevated working surface or platform for clearing material jams in the extension hopper. Never use feed conveyors to access the hopper. The employer is also responsible for providing fall protection when working from elevated platforms. Typical fall protection includes safety belts, harnesses, lanyards, and lifelines. The owner-employer shall have a hazardous energy control lockout-tagout procedure to follow when performing service or maintenance, or when clearing material jams on balers where the unexpected startup or release of stored energy could cause injury to employees. The owner-employer shall have a written procedure for work in confined spaces, meeting the criteria of permit required confined spaces. The procedure shall utilize the manufacturer's instructions for the hazardous energy control lockout-tagout procedure, which shall isolate and render safe all energy sources, including electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, chemical, thermal, or other potential energy sources, such as gravity or kinetic, which may create a hazard during entry into each of those confined spaces. There are numerous terms and icons contained in the Operator Service Manual and located on the machine as safety warning signs. You must have a clear understanding of the hazards involved, their severity, and their associated safeguards in order to take all necessary precautions for the safe operation of your baler. The word danger precedes information pertaining to specific immediate hazards, which, if disregarded, will result in severe injury or death to the user or others. The word warning precedes information pertaining to hazards or unsafe practices, which, if disregarded, may result in personal injury or death. The word caution precedes information pertaining to potential hazards or unsafe practices, which, if disregarded, may result in personal injury or damage to the equipment. The word note precedes information which is vital to the proper operation or maintenance of the equipment. Always perform a pre-operation inspection as directed in the Operator Service Manual before starting the baler. Look for hydraulic leaks, worn parts, missing bolts or guards, and any type of safety hazard. Correct these items before starting the machine. Do not use your bare hands to check for hydraulic leaks. Always wear gloves and OSHA-approved eye protection. Never check for hydraulic leaks when the system is operating or under pressure. The hydraulic system operates at high pressures and can inject fluid under your skin. Never operate the baler, conveyor, or wire tie system without the safety guards and interlocks in place. The safety guards and interlocks are designed to provide protection against contact with moving parts of the machinery. Report any missing safety guards and interlocks to your supervisor. Be certain all safety warning signs are checked for wear and visibility. Obey all safety warning signs and labels. The baler, conveyor, and wire tie systems are equipped with several emergency stop push buttons. Know where these emergency stop push buttons are located and how to use them so that you can quickly stop the machinery in an emergency situation. Ferrous is continually updating the controls to incorporate the latest and best technology. Therefore, it is extremely important to read the Operator Service Manual that is supplied with your baler. Let's take a look at loading and processing material. As material is dumped on the tipping floor, it can be distributed evenly and checked so that inappropriate items can be removed. This is the time to find and remove the oversized material that could cause jamming in the baler hopper. Please consult your Operator Service Manual for acceptable and unacceptable materials that can be processed in your baler. By the way, be alert to vehicle movement on the tipping floor. In a noisy environment, you may not be able to hear a vehicle operating in your vicinity. The conveyor can be manually operated using controls on the operator's console, or it can be automatically operated by the baler's photoelectric eyes and the programmable controller. Be alert to the conveyor system when it is in the automatic mode. It will start and stop without warning as it feeds material to the baler. Remember, even though the conveyor is stopped, the baler is still operational. Never perform any service or maintenance, including the clearing of jams on the baler, conveyors, or wire tie system, without following proper lockout and tagout procedures in accordance with OSHA regulations. This involves de-energizing all hazardous energy sources, such as mechanical, electrical, and hydraulic energy sources for the baler and conveyor and all support equipment. Here's a reenactment of what can happen if you don't follow lockout-tagout procedures.
Perhaps unconsciously, Mike returned the switch to automatic because he climbed into the hopper, apparently attempting to adjust the sensing eye. Had Mike de-energized and locked out the disconnect, the accident would have been prevented.
To familiarize you with the lockout-tagout procedure, we will discuss the procedure now. Begin by turning the control power switch to off. Remove the key and place it in your pocket. Next, turn the power off at the main power panel. Insert your lock with your tag through the disconnect handle and close the lock. Be certain that the lock is secure. Return to the baler's control panel and attempt to start the baler as a check to confirm that the main disconnect has de-energized the baler. With the baler de-energized and the power at the main panel locked and tagged out, it is safe to perform maintenance and service on the equipment. Never attempt to clean behind the rams unless the baler is properly locked out and tagged out. Never attempt to manually clear a baler jam unless the baler is properly locked out and tagged out. Never attempt to remove guards unless the baler is properly locked out and tagged out. The control power key switch is a 3-position selector that turns the power on and off and controls the hydraulic oil heater. When turned off, it isolates power to the baler, the conveyor, and the wire tie. However, this switch is not to be used as a lockout-tagout device. If the hopper access door is fitted with a dual key interlock, turn off the control power and remove the key. Insert the key into the dual key interlock on the access door and remove the personal key. Maintain possession of this personal key when entering the baler. This will prevent anyone from removing the power key and energizing the baler. The baler is built to bale a wide variety of materials. However, the operator may experience jams. A jam may occur at the knife, sometimes referred to as will not cut through the material, in the baling chamber, such as an oversized bale, or in the hopper and/or hopper extension, often called bridging of the material. The frequency and severity of these jams is greatly influenced by inattention of the operator, the composition of materials, such as, but not limited to, overall size and amount of material, or other operational irregularities. The best ways to prevent the machine from jamming is by the use of good operator judgment, proper maintenance, and attention to the flow of material into the hopper. Details regarding procedures for clearing material jams are contained in the Operator Service Manual. Because clearing jams may require entering the baler, only authorized personnel trained in safe operating and maintenance procedures shall be used to clear any jam. Do not attempt to clear the jam unless the baler and conveyor is locked out and tagged out. Serious injury or death will occur if you enter the hopper while the baler is energized. Never use feed conveyors to access the extension hopper. Always use an OSHA-compliant elevated working surface or access doors for clearing material jams in the hopper extension. Serious injury or death will occur if you enter or fall into the hopper. Since the configuration of the platform will vary depending on site conditions, it is not feasible to provide a standard platform with the baler. However, Ferrous can provide a variety of platform designs that may be suitable for your application. Please consult Ferrous for options. Always use secure tie-off and approved fall protection to ensure you do not fall into the baler. Safety is a partnership between the equipment manufacturer, employer, and employee. Each is required to do its part in order to maintain a safe working environment. An essential part of your job is to wear the proper safety equipment and to operate the machinery in compliance with the safety signs and instructions in the Operator's Service Manual. Details regarding the responsibilities of the equipment manufacturer, the employer, and the employee are contained in ANSI Z245.5 Baling Equipment Safety Requirements for Installation, Maintenance, and Operation. A copy of ANSI Z245.5 is appended to the Operator's Service Manual for reference. It is very important that employers and employees comply with these requirements in order to safeguard workers. If you encounter problems with your equipment and require assistance, call your local Ferrous distributor or Ferrous Direct. Your baler is built to work hard, but it's your responsibility to work safe. So when in doubt, lock it out. This video is intended to describe the safe operation of all Ferrous 2-ram balers and is offered as a training aid for the operator and those people who work in the area of the baler to ensure safe operation of the machinery. It is not intended to be an all-inclusive training program, but a portion of your employer's comprehensive training program.
Su compactadora Harris está diseñada y fabricada para compactar y hacer toneladas de materiales todos los días. Si se opera de manera segura y se le da el mantenimiento según el manual de servicio del operador, le brindará seguridad y confianza por muchos años. Con el fin de realizar sus funciones, la compactadora utiliza mucha fuerza para mover y comprimir materiales. Es indispensable que usted entienda y siga las guías que se presentan en este video y en el manual de servicio del operador antes de operar la compactadora. Si no sigue las guías, no usa el equipo de protección o no pone atención, podría ocasionar graves lesiones o incluso la muerte de usted o sus compañeros. Si después de ver este video aún tiene preguntas, hable con su supervisor o comuníquese con Harris. Harris tiene la firme creencia de que la seguridad es lo más importante en el trabajo. Es más, Harris recomienda que si no puede hacer algo de manera segura, no lo haga. Como un accidente afecta a mucha gente, vale la pena seguir los procedimientos de seguridad. El no actuar con seguridad puede acarrear trágicas consecuencias para usted, sus compañeros, su familia y demás involucrados. Veamos las operaciones básicas de la compactadora. Los materiales que se van a procesar se distribuyen sobre el piso para acomodarlos e inspeccionarlos antes de ser empujados al transportador o cargados directamente en la tolva. Cuando el material llega desde el fondo de la tolva, el ariete recolector de la compactadora lo comprime creando una paca densa. Entonces el ariete lateral expulsa la paca de la máquina mientras la flejadora se encarga de atarla. Después la paca puede ser retirada. Existen varias partes básicas de la compactadora que debe conocer antes de entrar en detalle a los requisitos de seguridad. La tolva, la extensión de la tolva, la caja de carga o cámara de carga donde se coloca el material sin procesar, el ariete principal que empuja el material hacia la cámara donde éste se comprime para crear una paca, la puerta combo que permite la salida de pacas demasiado grandes, el ariete lateral o expulsor, el atador de alambres o flejadora, el centro de control de motores, el enfriador de aceite, el panel de control, la terminal de la interfase de operación, también llamada OIT, el panel de control principal o MCP y el interruptor principal de desconexión eléctrica. Su compactadora puede tener o no tener una plataforma elevada para el operador y una plataforma de extensión para la tolva, las cuales son opcionales. Solo se les deberá permitir inspeccionar, operar o dar servicio a la compactadora al personal autorizado que conozca bien los procedimientos de seguridad. Solo pueden operar, inspeccionar o darle mantenimiento los empleados de al menos 18 años de edad. Nunca opere la compactadora o ningún otro equipo mientras se encuentre bajo el influjo de embriagantes u otras sustancias que puedan alterar su juicio, pues pone a usted y a otros en grave peligro. Siempre use el equipo de seguridad personal reglamentario que su empleador le indique. Las responsabilidades de los empleadores y empleados también se especifican en las normas OSHA, las cuales pueden consultarse en el sitio web www.osha.gov. Las normas OSHA indican que el empleador debe evaluar el sitio de trabajo para determinar condiciones peligrosas, presentes o potenciales, para las cuales se requiera de equipo de protección personal, conocido también como PPE. En caso de presentarse tales condiciones, el empleador deberá seleccionar el tipo de protección personal adecuado para los empleados y obligarlos a usarlo. Es responsabilidad del empleador identificar cuál es el equipo de seguridad apropiado que requiere el trabajo que usted realiza durante situaciones normales o también en situaciones fuera de lo común. El dueño o empleador es el responsable de proporcionar alguna superficie de trabajo elevada o plataforma conforme a las normas de OSHA para remover el material que se atasque en la tolva de extensión. Nunca use los transportadores para llegar hasta la tolva. El empleador es también responsable de proporcionar protección contra caídas para trabajos en plataformas elevadas. Las protecciones típicas contra caídas son cinturones de seguridad, arneses, acolladores y cuerdas. El dueño o empleador debe tener prescrito algún procedimiento por medio de seguros y etiquetas para el control de energía durante el servicio o mantenimiento, o al momento de desatascar la compactadora, cuando inesperadamente el arranque o la liberación de energía almacenada pudieran lesionar a los empleados. El dueño o empleador debe tener un procedimiento por escrito para trabajos que se lleven a cabo en espacios reducidos y que se ajuste a los criterios definidos en la sección Espacios Reducidos